so this letter was sent and brought to my attention. It was forwarded to me that the General Legal Counsel had written to say that they have taken note of legal practitioners that are talking and or publishing and or granting interviews with regards to ongoing criminal cases. To be quite honest, I would I felt that really this letter was directed to myself, and of course a prominent Gambian lawyer, a leading legal practitioner in the Gambia, Mr. Aziz Bensouda, had also made a comment on his Twitter account where he stated absolutely and in very clear terms, and in fact he attached a citation of the relevant rules of court, where he mentioned that the judge in the Bob Keita trial adjourning a matter, a criminal matter, to October, 3 months from in July till October, was not legal. He then proceeded to attach the rules of court, where of course it is expressly and clearly stated that criminal matters are given the urgency it deserves, and that it is nowhere provided for in law that courts should take a vacation when there's an ongoing criminal matter, and that really a matter of such public interest, where the public scrutiny, the public eye is really looking at the judicial system and looking at our justice delivery system. One would have thought that at such a critical stage in our history, at such a critical point in our nation's justice delivery, where the entire nation is just focused and has taken very keen interest on this matter, that you would have thought that this would not be the right time where the judiciary would expose itself in carrying on with a tradition, carrying on with an occurrence that is neither based on law and or provided for by the rules. So of course I don't think that sat well with members of the judiciary. And of course, the General Legal Counsel wrote a letter where basically he was asking legal practitioners to desist from talking about ongoing criminal trials. However, the world has phenomenally moved. So you see, I had mentioned some time ago where that our rules and laws are so archaic. They are so old that if you come and mention these laws in England, where most of these laws originated from and were taken from, I mean, they will laugh at you. I mean, gone are the days where people are stifled to mention and or talk about ongoing criminal cases, ongoing cases in our courts. I mean, if you watch CNN, there's a particular program that's just all it deals with is just talking about cases, making opinions, they have lawyers who come and talk about these cases. They form opinions. They talk about what expectations of the judges, what they would expect what they would expect other lawyers on the defense, lawyers from the state on both sides would do. They talk about it and let people understand. They sensitize people and make people understand what is going on. You see, the law is not a cult. It's not a cult. So you can't just say that or people can't say anything. Yes, I do understand and I subscribe to the notion that you shouldn't say anything that would be prejudicial to the substantive matter in the court, or you cannot disparage the judge, you cannot disparage judicial officers, you cannot disparage state counsels and stuff like that, or the defense team. You cannot do anything that would influence the decision of the judges. I mean, I have not done that. I have kept within the confines of the law. What I have been doing is giving a rundown of my understanding, giving an analysis of my understanding of the procedures, of the things that have happened in court, of court proceedings. I mean, I think this is my fundamental right, my freedom of speech that I'm expressing, regardless of the fact that I'm a lawyer, and regardless of the fact that I'm bound by the code of ethics. I am speaking, I am educating the masses, I am talking to people who otherwise did not understand the legality of some of the things that are happening. I mean, people were chanting that they're going to get Bob home. People were giving false impression that you know, this matter was just gonna end in 1 second. They're gonna go and Bob is gonna come home and things like that. No, I've done that. I mean, we've seen instances where, you know, I have come out to condemn, you know, and sensitize people of not, you know, making fun of judicial officers, not insulting judicial officers, not caricaturing judicial officers and or state council. I have written extensively on that. It was published in the local newspapers in the Gambia. It was published on online media, where I stood up to defend the state council, to defend their integrity, to defend their job. And so, to be honest, I'm really not bothered if anybody could feel that whatever I'm doing is some sort of threat. I know I have kept within the confines of the law. I know I have absolute respect for the Chief Justice and the judicial officers. I have not in any way, shape or form at any point in time you know, been very insulting to them, or have I insulted them, or have I disrespected them? But I believe it is a right for people to know and understand the proceedings of the court, especially in a matter that is of public interest, especially in a matter that people are interested in, especially in a matter that really showcases the flaws in our judicial system, the flaws in our criminal justice system, a matter that has exposed the biasness of our justice system, a matter that has exposed the handicap and the ineffectiveness of our judicial system and criminal justice system. I think this is not in any way influencing the decision of the court, but rather bringing to attention a very systemic problem that we have, a very systemic failure that we have, and ensuring that something is done about it, bringing it to the fore, bringing it to the forefront, and making people understand that we need to call for judicial reforms. We need to call for an overhaul in our justice delivery system, and we need to call for a justice delivery system that is both fair to the victim and the accused person. This is what we're calling for, and we're not really. I personally am not saying that, oh, okay, free Bob Keita. I am not saying Bob Keita did not commit the act. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the Bob Keita trial has exposed the ineffectiveness of the judicial system. It has exposed the biasness of the justice system, leaning to the side of the victim and not really giving and granting the alleged accused person their constitutional right, to the presumption of innocence, which is a cardinal principle in the dispensation of justice, especially within criminal justice delivery. So this is what I'm doing, and this is what I will continue to do. If it means that they're going to probably suspend my license, I'm not in the Gambia. I'm not practicing in the Gambia. I mean, the license I have right here in England is of no consequence to me. I have to do all the other exams to enable me to practice here. The General Legal Council is not registered here in the UK, so it is not even recognized. So you can't just come and practice like it is done with other Commonwealth countries like Sierra Leone, Ghana, and Nigeria, because the General Legal Council had registered. I have had various conversations with the President of the Bar Association, Mr. Salutal, to enable us to register here in England. In fact, I went as far as making the pronouncement and making a pledge that I will pay for the registration. I will do everything. I mean, this has been over 2 years now. Nothing has been done. So really, me being suspended is neither here nor there, because I do not depend on it in the UK to survive or to work or to practice. So that is by the side. But I will keep within the confines of the law. I will still continue as a legal practitioner, as a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of the Gambia, as a person who's enrolled. And I have my names in the rolls, and I'm a member. I'm presently a member of the Bar Association. I will continue to keep my pronouncements within the confines of the law, but in this matter of public interest, where I feel or I have information that I know is really relevant and that the public should be aware, and that it is relevant to a matter where I feel that justice is being derailed, I will not hesitate. I will come out, I will speak about it, I will mention it, I will talk about it. At the end of the day, it is more important than to have an innocent man go free than to have an innocent man leave or spend the rest of his life in jail because I have information that I cannot talk about because I am confined to a legal practitioners act that governs my person as a legal practitioner, and then goes against the dictates of my conscience, the dictates of humanity. I will not do that. So I will continue to advocate strongly and passionately for an effective justice system in the Gambia. Now, that said, I have a very, 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 very important thing that I want to share with the public. Now, we have a lot of individuals who claim and hold themselves to be feminist. And these individuals continue to make or paint a particular picture in the public eye, in the public domain, that they are absolutely a victim-led and a victim-centered organization. I don't know if it's an organization or whatever it is that they have. So what they have done is to cause victims to absolutely believe in them. Absolutely believe in them to the extent that they are so trusted. But I came across a very interesting audio. I have not been able to reach the lawyer of Bob Keita, LS. So it is difficult for me to. I was going to play the audio for everybody to listen, but I have not been able to reach Mr. Camara, LS Camara, who's the defense counsel for Bob Keita. And I do not want to play the video because I believe that this audio might really be a very, very, very important factor in the case, in the defense of Bob Keita. So that is why I'm being very skeptical to actually play the video without getting Mr. Camara's blessing. But I will give a rundown of what is in this audio. So this is an audio that was sent to one of the activists who actually claimed that she was actually defending and or coaching Sena Mumbai and actually encouraging her to stand on her complaint against Bob Keita. Not knowing, unbeknownst to this to Sena Mumbai, that every single audio and whatever information she was sharing with this particular activist was sending it to Bob Keita. I don't know if you guys are getting me. I'll repeat that again. So this particular activist, every single message that Senabu was sending to her, and she was making Senabu believe that at the time that she was standing by Sainabu and that she was encouraging Sainabu to come out and expose Bob Keita and or talk about whatever it was that Bob Keita has committed, the alleged offense. Not knowing, she was now sending all these messages and audios of Sainabu to Bob Keita and telling Bob not to come out or not to mention it or not to say it to anyone. That she trusted Bob and was sending it to Bob in confidence. Now, in this audio, in this particular audio, this lady, Sainabu, was actually telling this so-called activist, I will reveal her name before I finish, so you all will know who she is, was telling her about the conversations that were on the mobile phone that that the alleged victim had. So she, Sainabu, was now telling this so-called activist in the Gambia that the messages that was found on this phone were just normal messages. She said they were normal messages. She said nothing, like it was just two kids that were just talking, saying hello, hi, I miss you, that kind of thing. Those were the only messages that were there. There was nothing incriminating in the messages. But something came out from this video which I myself never knew, because every single person I spoke to, in fact, I think the lawyers, I mean, from what transpired in court, the information that we all got was that the alleged victim was 3 months pregnant when the complaint was made, and that was the day that the divorce was pronounced. But from the audio, Sainabu herself confirmed that the child on that particular day when they made the complaint was 5 months pregnant. 5 months. So meaning this child was 5 months pregnant with them in the house. But then the picture that is being painted is that they found out and she was 3 months pregnant. No. I believe that, and this is my opinion, that she already knew that the child was pregnant. And the question I've always asked myself, and the question that I have continued to make mention of, is that why would you wait until when there is a divorce, until when you fall out with your husband, to now make a complaint? But also, I have in my possession now the messages that were the exchange between the alleged victim and the boyfriend Pa Abdul Jom or Pa Moluja. I have the messages, every single one of them, and they're very explicit messages. They are messages that actually showcase that the alleged victim has been going to the boyfriend's house, have been skipping school, skipping classes, going to the boyfriend's house, and all sorts of things. And I have the messages. But apparently, from what I have been told, is that the police were given these messages. In fact, the police had the phone, because I spoke to the owner of the phone. I spoke to the cousin that owned the phone, that gave her phone to the victim and was allowing the victim to use the phone to communicate with the boyfriend. And why wouldn't I? I will mention the activist's name. I will. The person is Lala Toure. It was Lala Toure. I will say it. I don't care what she counters. of no relevance to me. It's absolutely of no relevance to me. And I will counter. If she counters, I will publish all the messages that she sent, all the messages that she sent to Bob Keita, Lala Toure, all the messages that she sent to Bob Keita. I will publish the messages, because she did do that. She forwarded the messages from Seinabu to Bob, asking Bob not to mention it. And if she denies it, I will publish the messages that she sent to Bob. I will do it. I have nothing to fear or worry about. So I will do it. So sorry, I was just responding to a comment where somebody said, "Oh, don't publish. If you mention her name, she's going to counter it." Let her counter it. I mean, she's been countering a lot of things. She didn't know me. I'm not bothered about what somebody counters. I'm not bothered about the insults. I'm not bothered about what they say or not say. It doesn't bother me. The fact is, and I have spoken to individuals. I have mentioned this to say that this is what your activists are doing. So you come out and you act like you're protecting victims, and you act like you're doing things that are right. And remember, this was the same Lala Toure that went on Kerfatu to say she does not know me. In fact, if you go on my wall, you would see that I published all her messages to me, that she was talking to me for almost 3 years. She went on Kerfatu and denied ever knowing me. She said she just saw me or had me in person about a month or two ago, or something of that nature. But this is what she did. This is exactly what she did. So that message is because what happened initially, I was sent these messages by Bob. So Bob sent me these messages showing me the double standards that some of these activists were playing. So she sent me the messages, but for some strange reason, I formatted that phone. So I formatted that phone that Bob sent me the messages. And until yesterday was when I happened to recover the phone. And a friend of mine, mentioned to me that she can recover everything on my phone for me. So she did, and I put on my phone and everything came on. Everything came on. So really, this is it. I have them all. I'm going to speak to the lawyer, Bob's defense lawyer. I'm going to see what he has in his disposal, what is with him, and then I will furnish him with these messages. But I have all the messages, In fact, I even have the message where anyways, I don't even want to go deep. The General Legal Counsel, I don't want to mention anything that deals with the matter in court, so let me just leave that. But I can assure you that the messages were not hello and hi, or I miss you. No, it went way beyond that. And it established, the messages established absolutely beyond a shadow of doubt that indeed the boyfriend was being visited, that in fact anyways, let me leave it for that. But so this is what what happened, and we are not going to allow. And this is what I want people to know. Me, I do not care what happens to me right now. I mean, even if they murder me, even if they kill me, we are not going to allow a system to send an innocent man to jail for an act or crime he did not commit. No. And in this particular audio, I will tell you, Seinabu Mbai was telling Lala Toure that she knows why Bob is saying that she is not the father of the child and not responsible for the pregnancy. She said it. She said, I know. Man, I will say it in Wolof to repeat what she said. She said, man hamna lan mota. Okay. She says she knows it. She knows why Lolu dafa risky. That's how she said it. She said Lolu dafa risky. But me, I know. She said, I know. So meaning that she knows that pregnancy is not for Bob. She knows it. She knows it. Absolutely. She knows it. She knows it. And she told Lala Toure, she sent a voice message, and Lala Toure sent that message to Bob. And Bob sent me the message. She knows it. Absolutely. She said it. But what she was saying in the audio, she was saying, why mom, she sure they Bob raped the girl. Because Bob Sufa, what she said was, Bob Sufa Jaruton, Halibidu Oturam. This is what she said. Bob Sufa Jaruton, Halibidu Oturam. Why ban Hamna, lan mo tahmune, du mom. Hamna luta. So which means she has an information, she knows. She has an information, she knows. But then, she went on to say that why lolu dafa risky. Oh boy, why lolu dafa risky. So, you know, really, we're not going to let this slide. We are not going to let this slide. This is a public interest matter. This is a matter that, boy, we are ready to put our lives on the line. We are not going to let it slide. Bob is not going to go to jail for a crime he did not commit. If he committed the crime, fine. If he committed the crime, it's not my business. Not my business. While a crime that he did not commit, he won't go to jail. Wallahi, he won't go to jail. I'm telling you this. I am telling you this. He is not going to jail for a crime that he did not commit. No way. No way. My foremost duty as a legal practitioner is not to deceive the court or pervert the cause of justice. My foremost duty is to ensure at all times that justice is done and done in the right way. The foremost duty of myself, of my person, boy, me, I struggle to go to law school. I struggle to pay my tuition. I didn't, no government, Gambia government didn't give me a scholarship. Nobody gave me a scholarship. I hustled for it. I worked for it. So me, I'm not going to sit here and allow for somebody to suffer for something that he did not do, when we have information and we are sure that he didn't do it. He did not do it. Yes. We are sure. He said it. She said it right there. She said it. She said it. That Dumako, I know why. I know why he's saying that. I know why he says that, why he believes. Man ham na luta mu believe ne mom jurut halebi. Why lolu dafa risky. Lolu dafa risky. So I don't know what the risk is. I don't know whatever it is, but we will ensure that this particular audio, in Bob's defense, it will be played in that courtroom for all to hear. That particular audio will be played in that courtroom for every single person to hear. I have all the evidences. So it's not only the audio. I have the screenshot of the audio going into Lala Toure's phone. I have the screenshot of Lala Toure sending the voice message to Bob. I have the screenshot of her telling Bob not to mention it. Yes, and this is the activist, part of the activist. Yes, I have it. I have it. It's here, right here. Except they come and break my house and take it. It's here. And even if I die tonight, I have already sent it to somebody I trust to ensure that it gets to the defense team. It will. Sorry, I saw a comment I want to read. Yeah, carry on. So that's what it is. So we will. And no matter of all these bullshit, rubbish, conspiracy theories, they can say whatever they want to say against me. It does not move me an inch. Nothing deters me. Nothing. Nothing. We will bring it to the forefront. We will allow and let everybody know what is going on. Everybody will know what is going on. This is what is happening. And if she responds to me, I will keep quiet and wait. If she responds to me that I'm lying, that what I'm saying is not true, I'm sure somebody will see it. Somebody will screenshot her message to me. Then I will publish the messages. All her exchanges, I will publish it for everybody to see. I will publish it for everybody to see. So, really, And yesterday, I got a call. I got a call yesterday from a person that told me, in fact, that call, that conversation is recorded. It's recorded. The conversation is recorded. The person told me that she spoke to Pamodu Jom, and that Pamodu Jom told her, and this person is a relative of Sainabu, and that Pamodu Jom told her that he was indeed responsible for the pregnancy. That he was indeed responsible for the pregnancy, but that he has been constantly threatened. Constantly threatened. Constantly threatened. And that is why he is keeping on the low. But apparently, they said that when how you call it, when the child died, they actually, the boy's family actually they had a delegation that went to Sainabu's house to ask, and this is family that told me this. This is family that told me, right? Family. So I am not the one saying what I'm saying. I'm just repeating what I was told. And that so when they went there to ask how the child died and they said they had a call from Sainabu who said to them that they should desist from coming to their house, and that if he ever lays claim to whatever it is, then so then what she said to me is that she is scared because her mother has told her, because apparently she's very close, the mother is very close to the alleged victim, to Sainabu's mom, and the mother has told her not to get herself caught up in this matter. But she is struggling. She says she is struggling because she said because as far as she's concerned, she knows that there is an innocent man who's being framed, and she has the information, but she cannot do anything. She can't do anything. She says she does have the information, but she can't do anything because, of course, she's living under her mother's roof, and her mom has told her that she can't get into this matter. But she knows. She said she knows absolutely 100%. 100% she knows. She has the information. She even told me how they forced her to open her phone, because she said her phone had a passcode, a pass lock. So she said the day that Sainabu found his phone, from what she told me, she said Sainabu went into the bedroom early in the morning, because apparently she said Sainabu's she said it was a Sainabu and Bob had their bedroom and they had a toilet, but something went wrong with the plumbing in the toilet, so Sainabu was going to use her toilet in her bedroom, and then Sainabu had the phone vibrating, because Sainabu did not know she had a phone. And when Sainabu had the phone vibrating in the cupboard, I think somebody was calling her that early at that time. That was when Sainabu went and, tried to find the phone, and Sainabu got the phone. So when Sainabu got the phone, then Sainabu couldn't get the girl, the alleged victim, to open the phone. She refused. She said they did everything. She refused to open the phone. And then they asked who owned the phone. She said the alleged victim ran to her house to tell her that, you know, if they ask you, tell them that the phone, you gave me the phone to charge, that you were charging the phone. So she said that was how they called her to come. And when she came, she told them a similar story. But before she left, she told her mom, this is what has happened. And she has asked me, the reason why she came here is to tell me, you know, is to tell me to say that the phone was locked. So when she went back and she said Zainabu called her, she went and Zainabu was like, she explained the story and Zainabu was like, no, I don't believe that. And she was like, yes, that's what it is. So Zainabu tried to force her to open the phone. And so that was what eventually she gave Zainabu the password. And that was how they saw the messages and everything. So she said they took the messages and everything. And then eventually they gave her the phone. So she said she took the phone home. When she took the phone home, she said later, when the matter went to the police. So let me make this clear. I want to make this very clear. That when this phone was found with everything in it, these people, Zainabu and Bob, were still married. They were still married. Nothing happened. The girl took her phone. They gave the girl back the phone. It was when this divorce happened and this complaint got to the how you may call it, this complaint got to the she said that after, when this matter got to the police, that was when it was Bob who called. It was Bob who called and told her that she wanted the phone because the police need the phone. Because of course Bob knew that there was evidence of everything going on. So that was when she gave them the phone. And of course she doesn't have her phone up till today. Sorry guys, Dr. J just messaged me, so I'm just trying to see. Sorry, Dr. J just messaged me. So this is what it is. And I believe, as the friends of Bob, as people who know exactly what is going on, I think it is our responsibility to allow and let the public know. Let the public know exactly what is going on, because this is a public interest matter where people are very, very, very interested in what is going on. So it is our responsibility, our collective responsibility, to allow people to know and understand exactly what is going on in this matter. So I'm just going to wait for Dr. J to come on. And please, I'm just imploring anybody, you know, I implore you, if anybody sees a message that she makes to say, oh yeah, Melville is a liar, she's lying or stuff, just tell me, just bring it to my attention, and I will put up every single message out there for everybody to see, and then we will know exactly what's up. Well, ma'am, that's exactly what she said. She said she was not aware. She did not know. She apparently only knew on that particular day when she was already said. But that is not you know, we don't believe that. We don't believe that, to be honest. I mean, nobody believes that. But that is the situation. So I'm just waiting for you see, okay. Now I know people are saying, if the police, but the police still have the phone. The police still have the phone. Let me explain this. In fact, the recommendation of the police, was that, based on, you see, people don't understand. Remember, I don't know if sometimes people don't understand or people don't just think, because all you need to do is just close your eyes and think. Just think for 1 second. Remember the complaint. The complaint was against Bob Keita. The complaint was against Bob Keita. There was no issue of boyfriend business. They didn't come and complain against boyfriend. They went to the police to complain against Bob Keita. Now, the police, in the course of their investigations, it was the police that now, based on their investigation, came to the conclusion and unearthed all of these things that we saw, that indeed the alleged victim was having some sort of a sexual relationship with this other guy. So that was how that guy was brought in to the show. He was never complained against. And this is why I say the police are vested with investigation. So the police did a thorough investigations in this matter. They did thorough investigation. Now, when the file was returned, the recommendation of the police were, they had a complaint against Bob, but there was no evidence to show that Bob committed the crime. The evidence that they have before them to show that this child had any relationship with anyone was against another person. And that person was an adult. And the child was a child. A minor. Who couldn't have had a relationship with an adult. So, because of that, their recommendations were, do a paternity test. Because the child is saying that she was raped by Bob. And as a result of the rape, she became pregnant. So the recommendations of the police was, do a paternity test. And then you would know who to charge among these two. Because one, we have prima facie evidence that yes, there was a relationship that existed. With Bob, we don't have any evidence. It is just what the accused is saying. Therefore, to do justice to this, what is prudent, what is right, carry on and do a paternity test. At the time the child was still carrying the baby, so the pregnancy had not gone to full term yet. So they said, okay, we will grant both police bail. We will grant both police bail. When the child is born, go one step with the investigation and determine the paternity of the child. Remember, the child was already 5 months pregnant when the complaint was made. I kept saying 3 months. But when you listen to this audio, from the other side, from Zainabu herself, she said the child was 5 months pregnant. And this was after she said they went and did a pregnancy test and found out that the child was pregnant. 5 months. So it was only left with 4 months. And this was in 2019. So it was 4 months. The child is born. You do a paternity test. And then you are able to determine the paternity of the child. And that will give you an idea. Amongst these two persons, one, the victim is pointing a finger to. The other one, the evidences, the phone conversations, their pronouncement, the boy's confession to them that yes, and admittance that yes, I am in a relationship with this. Those were the prima facie evidence before the investigators. Now, the question that everyone should be asking, and the question that is even on my mind, who was responsible? Who was responsible for making that decision that went against the police recommendation? And that decision that decided, okay, this boy, the boyfriend, should go and that Bob should be charged. Now, the question that should be asked by everyone is, what was so special? What was so unique? What was the evidence that they had at that time to show that indeed Bob was responsible and that some certain prima facie evidence has been established against him, and therefore the matter should go to court. I don't know if I'm making sense. You had no evidence against one man. Except, because remember, Zainabu said that it was her sister that said that Bob raped her. Therefore, Zainabu said she was standing by her sister. So that is hearsay. Zainabu is acting on what the sister told her. Now, if there was no evidence whatsoever, and it was just the sister pointing at Bob and Zainabu supporting her sister, I can understand as a minor, you should listen to her, you should investigate further. But the difference in this matter, the circumstances that is different, is that evidences came to show that this minor child had another relationship with another adult. This was an adult who was even walking. The police had in their, at their disposal, messages showing that this child would skip school and go and spend time with the boyfriend. The messages are there. I have it on my phone. In fact, there were some messages where the boyfriend was telling her that, when I was walking you home the other day, when you were leaving my house and I was walking you home, you did not feel happy. What happened? So really, for me, the biggest problem I have is what was so special about this boyfriend to go home and what was so special about Bob to be charged. Because, and I watched the Gis Gis program today, and in that program, somebody mentioned that, oh, the DNA, you can do the DNA, you can do everything. But I cannot agree to that. This is a matter that has been ongoing for 2 years, for more than 2 years. And every single person that has testified in this matter, it is a public matter. Every single person that has testified in this matter can only say and testify what was said to them by the victim. By the victim. And I know that a legal, not a legal, but a medical officer testified. There is no way a medical officer in the Gambia can testify and say authoritatively that, oh, this child had sex once and was only penetrated once. That is bogus. That is not true. That is a fen. That is a big lie. That is a massive lie. Loludu Dega. It's a lie. It is a lie. There is no medical practitioner in the Gambia that can authoritatively tell you and say, oh, she only slept with one person one time. No, it is a lie. What yardstick was used to measure that it was only once and there was only penetration once? Lulu Fenla, it's not true. This is a lie. And this was what was said on the audio. It is a lie. A big lie. Even in the Western world, with all their technology, I am sure it will be difficult authoritatively for a medical practitioner or a gynecologist to ascertain and say there was penetration only once. You can make conclusions to say that there were bruises here and there was a first, there was this, there was that, but to say that there was penetration only once, and secondly, let me make hey yalla, me sometimes I don't even want to talk, because me sometimes I just wish I was the defense lawyer in this matter. Sure. I just wish I was the defense. Because, anyways, Dr. J is ready to join us, so we're going to get Dr. J on. But what I want to say is, remember, she said she was raped once. The only time she was raped was the time that she slept and she got pregnant. Now, remember, they found out about this 5 months after. So now, can you tell me how a medical doctor will find a bruise in an act that happened 5 months before? How can a medical doctor find bruises? Anyways, you know what? I'm going to get Dr. J on now. So really, so you have, what you have in Gambia is, you have medical practitioners that just lie. They just lie. They just lie. They try to identify, to say they're feminists, they're this. They don't even have a conscience. They don't even have a heart. How can a medical doctor find bruises? Can somebody send Dr. J my Facebook page? She doesn't have it. Please, if you can help me, because I'm using the same phone. Or let me try with my laptop. Hang on. How can you find bruises 5 months after? Remember, it is normal standard police procedure when a victim comes for them to take the victim to the police to ask, to find out, you know, get a medical report and stuff. And this doctor, I cannot even imagine that this doctor would stand and say such bogus rubbish, bogus nonsense. Who is he? Who are they fooling? Who are they fooling? Can somebody please send a link of my page to Dr. J, please? Who are they fooling? A grown man, a grown doctor, a medical practitioner, you go and stand somewhere, anywhere, and testify and say that she was only penetrated once. 5 months after the act? 5 months after? And now a wound does not heal? My goodness me, even if you were diabetic, sir boy, I think you would have had some sort of healing. What? Absolute ridiculous. Absolutely, it's ridiculous. And these are the things that we are seeing. So these things, certain things, boy, it's not law. Certain things is common sense. Certain things, they are not law, they are common sense. They're just common sense. Certain things are not law, they're just common sense. I'm still not seeing Dr. J. Has she sent me a request yet? Okay, probably not. And I am going to extensively research I am going to extensively research, even in America and in the UK, if it is possible to determine bruises and whatever, penetration, the amount of penetration once, twice, 3 times, whatever, 5 months after. And people don't understand why everybody's just concerned about this case. Everybody's concerned because what is happening is no more within the realm of the law. What we are seeing is common sense and abuse of process, abuse of title, abuse of ethics, and abuse of professional standards. I still cannot see Dr. J. Dr. J is around. She's trying to get me on, because it would be nice to even, Dr. J is a reputable legal medical practitioner. I have so many questions for her. So many questions for her. I can stop the live video and get, I don't know. I can stop the live video and then get them on the other page. So that's what I'm going to do. So guys, I'm going to stop this video and then I'm going to go live on my own personal page.